Get back to work. Hey guys, Nick from Sharp Goat Photography. Here's a little tip for your challenge this week. The challenge is isolation, so we're working on trying to isolate parts of the photo to guide the viewer's eye to what we want it to see. We can either do that through a series of things. You can see the different tips I've given on the blog post this week through either composition, setting a small object amidst like a wide open space. We can do it with their depth of field. We can do it by having it be a different color amongst, standing out from like a red color amongst a sea of like blue color. There are a bunch of different ways. I'm going to tell you how to set your aperture so you can achieve this with depth of field. So depth of field is that number that follows the f-stop. So when on your lens, you'll see that it's either an f2.8 or f3.5 to 5.6 or whatever it is. So it varies from lens to lens. The more expensive the lens, the lower the number can get, because the lower the number you can set, the shallower the depth of field you're going to get. So it's those kinds of photos that you see where the subject is in sharp focus, but the background is nice and blurry. So your eye goes immediately to what's in focus, your subject. So you can achieve this by setting your f-stop as low a number as possible. That's going to let in more light into the camera, so you have to adjust your shutter speed and your ISO accordingly. But if you set it at 2.8, you're going to get a nice blurry background. If you set it to f22, everything in your image is going to be in sharp focus. So you have to find a different way to isolate your subject in your photo. But if you're going to use depth of field, that's a good way to do it. If you're going to use depth of field, another quick tip, get your subject closer to the camera and set a bunch of distance between your subject and the background. If they're against a flat wall, you're not going to separate them very well. But if there's a wall like 100 feet back there and you focus on them right here, you're going to get a nice blurry background, and that's going to work just fine. Anyways, use that tip for your isolation Sharp Goat photo challenges this week, and submit your photos by Sunday at noon, and get a cupcake. Where's my cupcake?
Right here, sir.
Awesome. Cool.